welcome to Market Makers. Today we are joined by Neil Gordon, who is the principal of Neil Gordon Consulting. Welcome to the show, Neil.
Thank you for having me, Gene.
What's the secret to becoming a speaker that people actually want to pay attention to?
A lot of speakers, when they go out on stage, for example, they're like, oh, I hope they like me, I hope they like me. And then they go up and say, oh, thank you so much. It's so nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And they squander the tension that happens when you're up on stage. Being on stage is like this holy experience when all these eyes are staring at you, and there's just so much pregnancy in that energy. The best speakers harness that energy and use it to send people off with the kind of wisdom and insight that's going to help them to change their life for the better. Your value as a speaker isn't based on what you say on stage, but rather what your audience does once you're done saying it. And so the approach is to do everything you can to send people off in a way that they otherwise weren't experiencing prior to hearing you.
Neil, you're known for helping influencers start a movement. What does it take to start a movement?
The thing that gets something to take off is the empowerment that others feel in response to it. If we go back a number of years now to the Ice Bucket Challenge, how many people actually knew that they were pouring ice water over their head in support of ALS? They just did it because people tagged them on social media, and then they did it and they tagged other people. And it was a brilliant campaign because people got into it, but it also still raised millions and millions of dollars for ALS. That was a movement. And the reason why people did that is because other people were empowered to engage them. There were just so many different things that said, oh, I could do that. I could be a part of that. And that's what got it to take off. Movements don't happen because of the idea. It happens because of the empowerment people have in response to that idea.
How can our viewers follow you and find out more about what you're doing?
The simplest way to do it is to find me on my website, neilcanhelp.com. You get all sorts of tips, all sorts of little nuggets, and there's even a free speaker quiz.
Neil, your story showed us the importance of powerful, effective communication. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Appreciate it, Gene.